It is Monday, October 19th, 2020, and this is an update on the Three Gorges Dam and current events in China. We have 4 pieces of information to cover today, including a look at the live stream and the water level at the dam. Also, courtesy of ABC News, China passes new law restricting sensitive exports. Next, courtesy of the South China Morning Post, China speeds up draft law against food waste. We also have some new tweets. Let's hop into it. And a brief caveat before today's video. While researching for these reports, I come across information from various sources. Just because I decide to include a piece of information doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with it. I like to let you decide for yourself. Moving on. And first, let's check in on the live stream at the dam. And the spillway angle camera is still up and running today. And unfortunately, the side angle camera is still down. And now let's have a quick look at the water level at the dam. The current water level is 172.69 meters. The current inflow is not noted, and the current outflow is listed at 17,900 cubic meters per second. It is worth noting that these numbers are released by the CCP. Over the past 24 hours, the water level at the dam has risen. It was about 172 meters and now currently sits over 172.6 meters. Upstream at Kuntan, the water level is also rising. It was 175.05 meters 24 hours ago and currently sits at 175.4 meters. And by looking at this chart, we can see that the water level at the dam is at its highest level since 3gd.mu.com began tracking it back in July. And this comes courtesy of ABC News. China passes new law restricting sensitive exports. China has passed a new law restricting sensitive exports to protect national security, allowing Beijing to reciprocate against the U.S. as tensions mount between the sides over trade and technology. The law, which will apply to all companies in China, was passed Saturday by the National People's Congress Standing Committee and will take effect on December 1st. Under the law, China can take reciprocal measures toward countries or regions that abuse export controls and threaten its national security and interests. Export controls under the law will apply to civilian, military, as well as goods, technologies, and services related to national security. A list of controlled items will be published in a timely manner in conjunction with relevant departments according to the law. The new law allows Beijing to retaliate against the U.S., which in recent months has attempted to block Chinese technology firms such as telecommunications gear supplier Huawei, ByteDance's TikTok app, and Tencent's messaging app WeChat on grounds of posing a national security threat, including the data they may possess from operating in the country. Companies and individuals who endanger national security by breaching the new export control law, including those outside of China, could face criminal charges. Violations of the law, such as exporting items without a permit, could result in fines of 5 million yuan, or up to 20 times the business value of the illegal transaction. The new law adds to the growing uncertainty of ByteDance's deal to sell its video app TikTok to U.S. firm Oracle. In August, China added technologies including voice recognition, text analysis, and content recommendation to its list of regulated exports. President Donald Trump had earlier ordered ByteDance to sell its U.S. operations of TikTok to an American firm or face a block in the country. The new export control laws adds to China's growing regulatory toolkit that allows it to take action against countries such as the U.S. And this comes courtesy of the South China Morning Post. China speeds up draft law against food waste as nation strives to feed 1.4 billion people. China's legislature is speeding up its drafting of a national law to discourage food waste, following President Xi Jinping's order to clamp down on the problem and ensure stable food supply. The Legislative Affairs Commission of the National People's Congress is pressing ahead with the law, a first for China, and held a symposium with local lawmakers and legal experts this week to talk preliminary clauses. According to the Hebei Provincial Legislature, Hebei is the first Chinese province to launch a local law against food waste. The regulation, which came into effect last month, bans live streaming of extravagant food consumption and prohibits restaurants from setting minimum charges on food. The Legislative Affairs Commission is reviewing domestic regulations and food waste laws in countries like France and Italy, said Zhang Taiwai, the spokesman for the commission. In 2016, France banned grocery stores from throwing away edible food, and Italy passed a similar law to punish food waste. Throwing away or destroying food is a global problem, including in China, where ordering excessive amounts in restaurants is traditionally seen as a sign of hospitality. Chinese consumers wasted 17 million to 18 million tons of food served in 4 big cities in 2015. China is also preparing a grain supply security law, as the issue of food security has become more important amid souring relations with the United States. She highlighted the importance of grain security this summer, fanning speculation as to whether China had enough food to feed its 1.4 billion people. He said in August, the nation's food waste problem was shocking. Although we have had bumper harvest for many years in a row, we must always stay alert to grain supply security, she said, according to the official Xinhua news agency. While there is no immediate problem with food shortages in China, the country's shrinking rural population and growing demand for imported farm products, including soybeans, have raised red flags about potential supply disruptions. China's Minister of Agriculture, Han Changfu, said this week the country was set for a bumper harvest, as the typhoons in the country's northeast had only a marginal impact on corn output. Thank you for watching this video. If you're finding it informative, please consider giving the channel a subscribe. And our last piece of information is a series of interesting tweets. I think that's a good place to wrap up today's video. I hope that you found it informative, and check back soon for more content.